What is going on, guys? We are through the first quarter of 2026, and I thought, what a better time than now to give a quick update on selling in 2026. I'm just on my way to meet clients for a listing appointment, and I wanted to go over a few things that I've noticed so far in 2026 when selling. You've probably heard it a few times from people, and one of the biggest things that you can do is price wrong from the get-go. The first 14 days on market really is your golden window. You know, that's kind of when you have the ultimate leverage. After that, it kind of tapers off a bit. And a lot of the times the buyers that are viewing your property after that kind of 2-week window are people that are new to the market, you know. So when you first list, everyone who kind of has your property under their specific criteria, you know, you do want to target and you do want to try to get them through that property as soon as possible. You know, buyers are a lot smarter than they were in 2022, and they're not going to overpay for a property, especially when it's significantly over market value. Especially in this market, banks have changed their forecast, and you know, we may see some decline still in 2026. And it's that analogy of catching the falling knife, right? Like if you list and you're on the market for 4 or 5 months, inevitably you're going to have to lower the price. And again, people are going to start wondering either what's wrong with the property, or they're just going to see it as a huge negotiating tactic, right? Like generally any property that's been on the market for a couple months, like you're going to think as a buyer that you have obviously increased leverage. The next really big thing that I see is people not marketing properties correctly. When you're listing your home, you need to make sure that your realtor has a proper marketing plan in place. So, you know, what kind of demographics are they targeting with your property? What's the location of your property? Like, they need to know the intricacies of their property so that they can sell it correctly. Are they doing social media? That should be a standard now. Are they doing print marketing? You know, my team sends out 5,000 flyers monthly targeted to specific areas. So that's something we can include to highlight your property. Are they doing open houses? You know, that's a standard as well. We've sold 3 properties this year just from doing open houses and getting leads through. So again, there's different ways to highlight a property rather than just putting a sign in there and collecting a paycheck. And if you're selling a property, treat it as a job interview for the realtor. You know, make sure to ask them the important questions. You know, how many properties have you sold in the neighborhood? What's their track record? You know, what's their sale to list price ratio? What's their average days on market for properties? The realtor's the expert, and they should be able to answer these questions, and especially with confidence. The realtor questions, and make sure that you vet them and that you're hiring the best agent for your property. And the last thing I'll note too is, you know, this is a good market where you can pick up properties at pretty good prices. Now, obviously, when you're selling, you don't want to leave money on the table, but a lot of people really get hung up on the sale price. You know, if you can get market value for your property and not leave anything on the table, you know, you can really turn around and negotiate on some of these properties. I mean, I find that I'm negotiating anywhere from, you know, 4 to 5 cents on the dollar for some of these properties that my clients are picking up. So sure, you know, they're selling and maybe getting less than what they expected years ago, but you know, we're getting really good opportunities on the buy side where they can instantly build equity for the market that we're in, at least, and put themselves in a good position.